Crystal Palace is now in administration. With estimated debts of 30 million, these are weary times for fans.
It's a big contribution to the club to win that one, which is on TV. Without thinking it, if we get a win here, we might be able to get paid and you don't have to shuffle your bank balance about to pay your mortgage, etc. We knew about the importance of winning the game, and I know the Klein had turned down a move to Wolves 2 or 3 days before, which meant it was either going to be me pay right back or Klein pay right back. But with selling Victor, freed up a place up top, which I was never going to fill. But in a training session under Neil Warnock, typical five-a-side, I played up front with Alan Lee, and Neil being Neil said, we'll go with that tomorrow. And we did.
Balling on a budget.
I don't think he told us. It was sort of rumours, like everyone was joking about the dressing room. Flipping net, but you'll be up top tomorrow with Al for scoring goals in five-a-sides like that, and it was like sniggery, and then turn up to the game and he actually written it on the board and said no, but you play right of Al, and Dan Ambrose you play to the left of him. And it was a little bit comical, but it was also like a bit of a freebie for the squad, but for me, of thinking, listen, what's the worst that can happen? We're on TV, the club get money, and we've got a chance of beating Wolves in a one-off game. So, yeah, and that was sort of the mentality going into it. But we still had a squad that we thought were good enough to beat Wolves on the night.
Well, the goals came in the second half. How was your first half performance?
Terrible, absolutely terrible. Yeah, it was terrible. I was thinking I could get dragged here. I was thinking, or I might get moved somewhere else, or it wasn't great. Watching it back last night. No, last night. No, I remember looking back at it and thinking, I wasn't doing anything particularly bad, but I wasn't doing anything great. But no, the second half just seemed to click.
The first one was actually a good save by Wayne Hennessy from the initial header.
Matty Lawrence.
Yeah. And then your striker's instinct.
Yeah, listen. That is playing as a striker from under 7s all the way through to about under 12s. No, I think that was it. Must have been just an instinct thing on the night. I remember it won a corner, so I sort of play acted it was a corner, won the corner, and then I just remember trotting back into the middle, thinking this might drop here. And Matty Lawrence produced an unbelievable header, which always gets forgotten. Wayne Hennessy makes a great save, and I was there with Mancian just to flick it in. So it was it was a great moment on the night, but it was great for the club to thinking we've got a chance of taking this on and winning it. I always remembered me playing balls towards Alan Lee. I knew where Alan flicked it. I could tell by his body shape the way he was going to flick it, whether he was going to flick to the side, was flick it straight. I just knew. As the game was developing, I know Jules hit a couple towards him and I gambled on it. We did go a little bit more direct to Al, and I was just gambling off of him, I suppose.
Butterfield! 2! No question this time! No goal in a year, and then 2 in a trace for Danny Butterfield!
What did it feel like when you got the third one?
Comical, disbelief. Because it all happened so quickly, it was actually funny.
Patrick, night of his life! It is the perfect hat-trick for Danny Butterfield. One with his head, one with his right, one with his left. 3-0 Palace.
I remember looking at Sean Derry, and he's sort of going, and I'm going. So it was just comical. And I think the sort of character I was around the place. I knew all the lads was happy for me. I knew the lads was buzzing that it was happening to me because I was the dressing room joker and been at the club such a long time, and it was a real special moment for me. But as daft as it sounds, almost embarrassing at the same time, because that's not what I do.
What did Neil Warnock say to you afterwards?
I told you to do it. He took all the credit. He didn't let me do any of the press. It was all him. But I didn't mind that because he had the guts to give me the opportunity to do it. It's typical Neil. Who else would have put me up top? I very much doubt anyone would have done. So it was a free hit for me to do something on a night when there was no expectations on my shoulders anyway, because it's not a position I traditionally played. So a great experience, and still a funny one when you think about it, and some of the faces that were on the pitch at the time. I should have had a fourth, by the way. I should have had a fourth. No, a great experience, and obviously a part of the Palace history.
I mean, you would have been remembered anyway, but it must be nice to know that you're going down in folklore. It's still the fastest hat-trick by a Palace player.
I think you often get players similar to, I'm not saying I was of his calibre, by the way, but players like a Dennis Irwin at Man United, who a massive unsung hero, and he'll be remembered. But like you say, to be part of the history of Palace now with the hat trick, I'm sure it'll get broken one day or whatever. But to be part of the history and to be remembered at a club which was a massive part of my life for 8 years is a real bonus.